Okay, so here we come to IGCSE 2023, October and November, Additional Mathematics, Paper 1, Set 1. Question number 2 is obviously is about the polynomial and the factor theorem and the remainder theorem, but not just that. This one, we need to have some differentiation because of the last sentence. But first thing first, let's take a look on the very first critical sentence, which is P of x is divisible by x. So here the divisor is just x. So first we need to think about which value we need to substitute for the x. So here the divisor is x, so x should be 0. So just x is 0. We substitute that x is 0 into the P of x, and then we get the remainder, but this time the remainder should be 0 because we are using the word divisible. Divisible means the remainder is 0. So it's just that when we substitute x is equal to 0, we get the remainder 0. So the first one we get P of x, P of 0, we get you 0. So a times 0 to the power 3, and then minus 11 times 0 to the power 2, and then plus b times 0 plus c will be 0, and obviously the front part will disappear, so we got c must be 0. And next we come to the next sentence, the remainder of 3 over 2 when it is divided by 2x plus 1. So again, for the divisor here, 2x plus 1, we need to set it to be 0. So what should be the value we need to substitute? It should be 2x, which should be negative 1. So x should be negative 1 over 2. Okay, so now this time we substitute negative 1 over 2 into the P of x. And what will we get for the remainder? The remainder will be 3 over 2. So it will give you 3 over 2. And then we just do it. A times the negative 1 over 2 to the power 3, and then minus 11 times negative 1 over 2 to the power 2, and then plus b times negative 1 over 2, and then plus c. Oh, c is 0. Remember, we have already got that. All right, so it will be equal to the remainder. The remainder is 3 over 2. All right, so just simplify this one. We got negative a over 8, and then minus 11 over 4, and then minus b over 2 will be 3 over 2. So how about that? We can multiply all the thing by x, right? So just multiply it by x. We got negative a minus 22, and then minus 4b will be equals to 12, right? Yeah. So we got negative a minus 4b will be 12 plus 22 will be 34. Or we can write it like positive a plus 4b will be negative 34. Oh my god, we got two unknowns in one equation, so it's not enough. We must have another equation. So it comes to the last sentence, the green part about the differentiation. So obviously we need to differentiate P of x first. So just do it. P of x differentiate 1 times, we get 3ax to the power 2, because the power 3 will becomes the coefficient, and then the degree will decrease by 1, and the minus again the power 2 to the coefficient times 11 will be negative 22, and then x to the power just 1, and then plus this time for the x it disappear, and then it just got b. But for the c, because it's just the coefficient, it's just a constant without x, so when we differentiate that one, we got 0, and it just disappears. So this is the differentiation of P of x, and then we substitute this one, the x is equal to 2 into this one, and then we got the whole thing. So 3a times 2 to the power 2 minus 22 times 2 plus b will be equal to 18. So we got 12a minus 44 plus b will be 18. So we got 12a plus b will be, how many is it? It should be 62, right? Yeah. So here we got two equations with two unknowns. So we just combine these two. And for the second equation, I will write it as multiply all the thing by 4, so I can deduct two equation. So here we got 48a plus 4b is equal to 248. This is the second equation. So now we can just substitute two things. Oh no, deduct two equation. So for equation 2 minus equation 1, we got 47a, or 4b minus 4b, it disappears. So then we got 248 minus negative 34. So we got 74a, 47a will be equals to 282, and then divided by 47, we got a must be 0. Good, it's an integer. So I think we are correct. So how about b? So we substitute the value of a into either equation. So here I substitute into the first equation. We got 6 plus 4b will be equals to negative 34. So 4b must be negative 40. So b should be negative 10. So good, we got all the values of a, b, and c, where a is 6, b is negative 10, where c is just 0. So this is for the part A. Okay, so previously we just got the values of a, b, and c in part A, where a is 6, b is negative 10, and c is 0. So we need to use this. So just write this down. So p of x should be 6x cubed minus 11x squared, and then minus 10x plus c. C is 0. So just that's it. There's p of x. And then we need to write this as a product of three linear factors, which means we need to divide this p of x by some factor. But the very first one is just given by the question, which is x. Or it must be divisible by x. So we just factorize this out. So we take out the x, and then we got 6x squared minus 11x and minus 10. So here we need to further factorize, because we just got two factors, and the first one is x, and then the second one is the whole bracket, but that one is not a linear factor, so we need to further factorize that one. So we can use what we have learned before in some junior form, which is the cross method. And here should be for 6, so we think about 3x times 2x maybe. And then for negative 10, it should be a positive times negative. So maybe we get 5 times 2, and then one should be positive, one should be negative. And here, how about we get 5, 2, 5, 2. Yeah, should be here 5 and here 2. So because the ultimate goal, we need to have negative 11. So it should be the negative 5 and then positive 2 here. So just try it. It should be like multiply it will get negative 15x, and then multiply that is positive 4x. So add them up with negative 11x. Yeah, so it is correct. So we got that it should be x times bracket. Remember, when we finish the cross method, the factor should be written down horizontally. So it should be like 3x plus 2 and 2x minus 5. That's it. All right, so the three linear factors should be x, and then 3x plus 2, and then 2x minus 5. And this is the p of x, yeah, as a product of three linear factors. That's it. Thank you.